Think of Detroit engine.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? If you are a Detroit engine lover, you're going to enjoy this video. It's entertaining and maybe a little informative, but more so entertaining. But you let me know how much of it is true and how much is false. This is completely AI generated. I gave it the prompt as I told it to make it understandable by a fifth grader. So that may be why there is not as much technical stuff and not as much footage of the actual engine or trucking. It's a lot of analogies, some jokes. Let's watch it. Let's get into it.
Think of Detroit engines as the Hercules of the engine world, and other brands as, well, let's just say they're more like the scrawny sidekicks. Now, I'm not saying other brands are weak, but let's face it, next to a Detroit, they're like a Chihuahua trying to keep up with a Greyhound. You see, Detroit engines are like the all-star athletes of the engine world. They're the powerhouse, the endurance champion, the cream of the crop. Imagine a world where engines are boxers. Now, other brands might have a good punch or two, but Detroit, it's like Mike Tyson in his prime, always delivering knockout performance after knockout performance. Sure, other engines might get you from point A to B, but with a Detroit, you'll get there faster, smoother, and with more power. If engines were superheroes, Detroit would be Superman, while the other...
Well, let me tell you this. I also told it in my prompt, I said to make fun of other engines and to be humorous.
...are still figuring out how to tie their capes. So if you're looking for the Arnold Schwarzenegger of engines, Detroit's your guy. Now, imagine having two Hercules at your disposal. Sounds cool, right? Well, that's what you get with Detroit's 12, 7L, and 14L engines. Let's break it down in terms that even a fifth grader could understand. Picture this, the 12. 7L engine is like your favorite long-distance runner, let's say, Usain Bolt. It's designed for the long haul with a steady and reliable pace that'll get you across the country without breaking a sweat. It's the dependable workhorse, the marathoner that keeps going mile after mile, delivering solid performance without guzzling too much fuel. Now, the 14L engine, on the other hand, is like the world's best sprinter. It's got the raw power and speed for those short, intense bursts. Need to haul a heavy load up a steep hill? No problem.
Why
The
no hill?
14L's got you covered. It's the power lifter of engines, with a bigger displacement that gives it that extra oomph when you need it most. But let's not forget, every athlete has their training regime, right? The same goes for these engines. The 12. 7L is more fuel efficient, making it perfect for those long cross-country treks where every drop of diesel counts. The 14L, while it might consume a bit more fuel, packs a punch with its power and torque, making it ideal for heavy hauling and tough terrains. Just like you wouldn't send a marathoner to a sprint race, you wouldn't use the 12, 7L for heavy hauls, and you wouldn't choose the 14L for fuel efficiency. Each engine has its own strengths and is designed for a specific type of job. So there you have it. In the world of Detroit engines, the 12, 7L, and 14L are like two different types of athletes, each with their own unique strengths, ready to deliver the performance you need. So whether you're into long-distance running or sprinting, Detroit's got you covered. Meet the 12, 7L, the marathon runner of Detroit engines. Now, when I say marathon runner, I'm not suggesting you strap on your running shoes and challenge it to a foot race. That would be as silly as a chicken entering a spelling bee. No, I'm talking about its unrivaled endurance and reliability. Think about it like this. The 12. 7L engine is like that one friend we all have who never seems to get tired. You know, the one who's always up for a late-night movie or an impromptu road trip. They're always there, always reliable, and always ready to go the distance. That's the 12. 7L in a nutshell. This engine boasts a blend of features that make it the endurance champion of its class. It's got a robust design, which means it's built like a brick house. It's ready to take on the toughest conditions and keep on trucking. And with its efficient fuel consumption, it's got the stamina of a cross-country cyclist on a kale smoothie diet. It's not just about being tough, though. The 12. 7L is also a smooth operator. Its advanced technology ensures a smooth and quiet operation, making your long hauls feel like a Sunday drive in the park. It's like a professional ballet dancer, strong, graceful, and ridiculously reliable. And let's not forget about maintenance. The 12. 7L is as easy to maintain as a cactus. It doesn't need constant attention or pampering. It just keeps going and going like a well-oiled machine because, Well, it is a well-oiled machine. So you see, the 127L isn't just an engine. It's a marathon runner, a ballet dancer, a brick house, and a cactus all rolled into one. It's the engine that just keeps going no matter what. It's the dependable friend that never lets you down. So, if you're looking for a dependable workhorse, say hello to the 127L. It's got the endurance of a marathon runner, the strength of a brick house, the grace of a ballet dancer, and the low-maintenance nature of a cactus. It's the endurance champion that's ready to go the distance with you. Now, let's turn the spotlight to the 14L, the powerhouse of Detroit engines. The 14th liter, or as I like to call it, the Big Daddy of Detroit engines, is not just an engine, it's a beast. Imagine a grizzly bear and a gorilla had a baby, and that baby loved to gobble up highways for breakfast. That's the 14L for you. This engine is all about power and performance. It's like the Hulk of the engine world, but instead of turning green and ripping through shirts, it revs up and takes on the steepest of hills like they're mere speed bumps. Now you might be wondering, what makes the 14L so special? Well, if the 7L is a weightlifting champ, the 14L is a heavyweight boxer. It packs a punch with its higher horsepower and torque, making it perfect for heavy-duty applications. It's like having a secret superpower under the hood of your truck. Think of it this way, if the 7L is Superman, then the 14L is Thor. It's got that thunderous power and godlike strength. It's capable of pulling heavier loads without breaking a sweat, making it a favorite for those long-haul trips. But don't let its power intimidate you. The 14L is as gentle as a kitten when it comes to fuel consumption. It's like having a pet lion that only eats tofu. It delivers power and performance without guzzling fuel, which is a win-win for every trucker out there. The 14L doesn't just run, it gallops, it roars, it soars. It's the engine that laughs in the face of challenging terrains and says, "Is that all you got?" It's the engine that makes other engines wish they hit the gym more often. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. The 14L is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who crave power, who yearn for performance, who dream of conquering the open road. So, if you're after raw power and performance, the 14L should be your new best friend. Okay, let's do a quick run-through of what we've learned today. Now, I'm going to break this down for you just like one of those pop-up books your grandma used to get you for your birthday, so sit tight. First, we talked about why Detroit engines are the cream of the crop. Remember, these beauties aren't just your run-of-the-mill engines. No, sir. Detroit engines are like the superheroes of the engine world. If engines were a pack of dogs, Detroit engines would be the alpha, leading the pack with unmatched power and reliability. Then we dove deep into the specifics of the Detroit 7L and 14L engines. Now imagine you're at a heavyweight boxing match. In one corner, we've got the 7L, the endurance champion. This fella can go the distance, round after round, without breaking a sweat. It's the marathon runner of engines, if you will. In the other corner, we've got the 14L, the powerhouse. This is your sprinter, your bodybuilder. It's got the strength to haul even the heaviest loads without so much as a hitch in its step. It's the kind of engine that eats hills for breakfast. But which one is better, you ask? Well, that's like asking me to choose between my grandma's apple pie and my mama's fried chicken. It's not about better. It's about what suits your needs. Both are champions in their own right. If you're the kind of driver who needs to haul heavy loads across long distances, then the 14L might be your new best friend. It's got the power to get you where you're going, no matter what you're carrying. But if you're all about fuel efficiency and longevity, then the 7L might be the one for you. It's like the tortoise in the race. It might not be the fastest, but it sure as heck will get you to the finish line. Now, I'm not saying you should pick one over the other based solely on what I've said. Every trucker has their own needs, their own routes, their own loads. But I hope I've given you a bit of insight into the world of Detroit engines. And let's not forget, folks, these are Detroit engines we're talking about. That in itself is a badge of honor. It's like wearing a superhero cape every time you hit the road. So, there you have it, folks. The world of Detroit engines, simplified for your pleasure. Remember, whether you choose the 7L or the 14L, you're choosing the Hercules of engines.
What y'all think? What y'all think? Let me know something. What y'all think?